and welcome. You're watching Express News with me, Munmun Bhattacharya. Let's get started. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has successfully concluded his three-nation tour as he departed from Oman after visiting Jordan and Ethiopia. Prime Minister Narendra Modi was bestowed with the Order of Oman award on Thursday for his exceptional contribution to India-Oman ties and his visionary leadership. Prime Minister Narendra Modi on Thursday met with Sultan Haitham bin Tarak in Muscat. Both the leaders explored ways to further add greater depth to the India-Oman strategic partnership. PM Modi and the Sultan of Oman also witnessed the signing of Comprehensive Economic Partnership Agreement between the two nations. PM Modi participated in the India-Oman Business Summit in Muscat on Thursday. Addressing the event, PM Modi lauded the deep-rooted India-Oman friendship. Speaking on the Comprehensive Economic Partnership Agreement between India and Oman, PM Modi said that CEPA will fill India-Oman partnership with new energy and trust in the 21st century. PM Modi also highlighted that when India grows, it makes its friends part of its journey. The Prime Minister also added that India is moving with speed to become the third largest economy in the world. India's Commerce Minister Piyush Goyal also addressed the India-Oman Business Summit. Minister Goyal said that CEPA will enable more ambitious trade and will help India get more access to West Asia, Central Europe and Africa. Piyush Goyal also added that Oman signing another FTA after nearly 20 years shows strong India-Oman ties. At the summit, Oman's Minister of Commerce, Industry and Investment Promotion, Qais Mohammad Al Yusuf, lauded the signed pacts and said that it will give a boost to the economies of both the nations. PM Narendra Modi also attended a program by the Indian community in Oman on Thursday. The event, Maitri Parv, marks the completion of 50 years of Indian schooling system in Oman. Before addressing the community event, PM Modi interacted with the Indian diaspora. Addressing the program, PM Modi highlighted the importance of India-Oman Maitri Parv. Calling India's UPI the world's largest real-time digital payment system, PM Modi said that today, India is building the world's biggest digital public infrastructure. PM Modi noted that India's space program is not restricted to just itself, but is also supporting Oman's space aspirations. Prime Minister said that ISRO runs a special program, Yuvika, and has also developed the India-Oman Space Portal in an effort to provide benefits of this space partnership to the youth of Oman. After the community event, PM was greeted by hundreds of school children who came to see PM Modi. Prime Minister Narendra Modi held delegation-level talks with Sultan Haitham bin Tarak of Oman. They discussed issues on regional and global importance. India and Saudi Arabia signed the Bilateral Visa Waiver Agreement, a key agreement to boost official travels and bilateral exchanges on Wednesday. The move aims to facilitate the movement under the India-Saudi Arabia Strategic Partnership Council. Replying to supplementaries during question hour in the lower house of Lok Sabha today, Civil Aviation Minister Ram Mohan Naidu said that the government has successfully transformed existing airstrips into operational aviation hubs under the UDAN scheme. India's airport network has expanded significantly from 74 airports in 2014 to 160 airports today under the Regional Air Connectivity Scheme UDAN. The Lok Sabha on Thursday passed the Viksit Bharat Guarantee for Rozgar and Ajivika Mission Grameen Bill 2025. The lower house has been adjourned till 11 a.m. IST on Friday. The bill was introduced to replace the existing Manrega 2005 and aims to ensure the security of employment and livelihood in rural areas. Department of Atomic Energy MOS Dr. Jitendra Singh moved the Sustainable Harnessing and Advancement of Nuclear Energy for Transforming India Bill 2025 in the upper house of Rajya Sabha for consideration and passing. India's Chief of Army Staff General Upendra Dwivedi on Thursday virtually addressed the 3rd Land Forces Summit hosted by the Japan Ground Self-Defense Force. The summit was attended by chiefs of armies and senior military leaders from Australia, Japan, the Philippines, Malaysia and the United States. Defence Minister Rajnath Singh addressed commanders at the Indian Air Force Commanders Conclave on Atmanirbharta in defence on Thursday. Defence Minister commended the performance of India's air defence system and other equipment during Operation Sindoor, urging commanders to draw lessons from the operation for future challenges. Minister of Foreign Affairs of the Kingdom of the Netherlands, David van Wiel, arrived in Delhi on a one-day visit. He will meet External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar. Defence Minister Rajnath Singh and Foreign Affairs Minister of the Netherlands held a meeting and exchanged agreements in the national capital on Thursday. The Indian Army contingent for exercise Desert Cyclone 2 arrived in Abu Dhabi ahead of the joint military exercise with UAE land forces scheduled from 18th to 30th December. The aim of the exercise is to enhance interoperability and foster defence cooperation between the Indian Army and the UAE land forces. Second WHO Global Summit on Traditional Medicine is being held at Bharat Mandapam in New Delhi under the theme Restoring Balance, the Science and Practice of Health and Well-being. India's textiles and apparel exports, including those of handicrafts, stood at $2,855.8 million in November 2025, registering a growth of 9.4% as compared to November 2024. Indian equity indices ended on a negative note in a volatile trade on Thursday. At close, the Sensex dipped 77.84 points to settle at 84,481.81, while Nifty slipped 3 points to settle at 25,815.5. Gold futures maturing on 5th of February next year were priced at 1,34,295 rupees per 10 grams on the multi-commodity exchange. Silver futures for March 5th next year maturity stood at 2,05,800 rupees per kilogram on the MCX. Oil prices rise on Thursday, supported by concerns over Venezuelan supply disruptions. Brent crude futures were up 0.54% to $60 a barrel, while U.S. West Texas Intermediate crude was at 0.68% at $56.32 a barrel. KP Sharma Oli has been elected chair of the CPN UML for a third consecutive term, reaffirming his dominant position within one of Nepal's largest political parties. Australian Prime Minister Anthony Albanese on Thursday promised a crackdown on hate speech in the wake of an attack on a Jewish holiday event at Sydney's Bondi Beach, which claimed 15 innocent lives. Leaders of the European Union met in Brussels on Thursday to further discuss the use of frozen Russian assets to finance Ukraine. German Chancellor Friedrich Merz said on Thursday that there was a way forward to come to an agreement on the use of frozen Russian assets to fund Ukraine's needs. Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky called on allies on Wednesday to secure support for Kyiv and show Russia that continuing the conflict is pointless. Russian President Vladimir Putin said Moscow would take more land in Ukraine by force if Kyiv and European politicians did not engage over US proposals for a peace settlement. US and Russian officials will meet in Miami this weekend to discuss President Donald Trump's plan to end the Ukraine conflict. Brazil's Senate approved a bill on Wednesday to shorten the 27-year prison sentence of former President Jair Bolsonaro. United Nations Secretary-General Antonio Guterres called for restraint and the immediate de-escalation of tensions between United States and Venezuela. Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro said that US President Donald Trump revealed his true motives towards the South American country with his claim that if it had stolen US oil, land and other assets. The US Congress on Wednesday permanently ended sanctions imposed on Syria and ousted leader Bashar al-Assad, paving the way for the return of investment to the war-ravaged nation. The US government admitted it was liable for a deadly collision between a military helicopter and a passenger jet outside Washington earlier this year, killing 67 people. Time for a break on Express News. We'll be back in a bit. Stay tuned.
For sustainability to become more than just a statement, it needs to be practical and seamlessly fit into our lives.
If we are thinking about a net zero economy, and obviously automobile sector is at the center of this transformation. Instead of buying new vehicle, if I can retrofit and upgrade my existing vehicle, environmentally speaking, it is superior.
Zero waste means repair, reuse, analyze.
We realized that if women became involved in decision making and generated income, the whole family would benefit. Before, we needed a lot of manpower to handle the waste. But now, with the conveyor belt,
It converts the waste into electricity, powering 2 farms.
Welcome back. I'm Unman Bhattacharya. Let's resume. The Delhi government has announced a fresh set of strict measures to curb air pollution in the national capital from today, as vehicles without valid pollution under control certificates will not be allowed to refuel at petrol pumps. According to officials, enforcement will be carried out at fuel stations using camera-based systems alongside expanded pollution monitoring and a review of vehicular emissions across the region with 126 checkpoints. As winter tightens its grip across India, the India Meteorological Department has issued fresh alerts for cold wave conditions, dense fog and snowfall across several regions, warning of transport disruptions and a further dip in temperatures. The weather agency has forecast dense to very dense fog conditions to prevail during the early hours over parts of Himachal Pradesh, Bihar, Jharkhand and Odisha till Saturday. The air in the Bosnian capital reached hazardous levels following several days of fog and smog that have blanketed the city of about 350,000 people. Sarajevo authorities issued an air quality warning and imposed a ban on some cars and trucks after it was ranked as the world's most polluted city on the 2 previous evenings by Swiss air quality monitoring firm IQ Air. Residents in Indonesia's Aceh Tamiang Regency face an electricity crisis weeks after deadly floods hit 3 provinces on the island of Sumatra, killing more than 1,000 people. Several regions in southern Indonesia are bracing for potential floods, landslides and extreme weather, heightening urgency for disaster preparedness. Snow-blanketed Saudi Arabia's Jabal al-Lawz, also known as Almond Mountain, for the first time this winter season. The rare event transformed the mountain into snowy landscapes, attracting visitors eager to witness the unusual sight. Dazzling sculptures of various forms are being showcased at the world's largest Ice and Snow Theme Park in Harbin, the renowned ice city of northeast China's Heilongjiang province. The 27th edition of the Harbin Ice and Snow World, spanning a record 1.2 million square meters, uses 400,000 cubic meters of ice and snow to support this year's theme of Ice and Snow Fairy Tale World. Shanghai's Christmas markets are booming with festive crowds enjoying candy floss carousel rides, Santa photos, creating a vibrant winter wonderland with iconic photo ops drawing locals and tourists. Shanghai Disneyland also kicked off their annual Festival, including a musical, Christmas tree lighting program and winter-themed decor. Mexico City switched on its Christmas lighting in the Zocalo, drawing hundreds of families to the capital's main square to watch monumental light mosaics and LED displays. Street vendors installed stands selling Santa hats and dolls as the Grinch paused to watch the illuminated streets in Mexico. Gingerbread Lane, a winter wonderland made entirely of cookies, candy and frosting, has returned to New York City for its 32nd season. The model features 755 handcrafted gingerbread structures by baker John Lovich. After the display, visitors will be able to take home a gingerbread house for free. Cherry blossoms in Sapa, Vietnam, offering a unique winter-spring feel with vibrant colors and cool weather, perfect for photos and local experiences. The cherry blossoms in Sapa are typically a variety of wild species, which adds to the natural charm of the area, making it an ideal destination for people looking to escape the heat of the lowlands. Toddlers in the French city of Lyon are being encouraged to play in the mud at their 100% outdoor nursery. Inspired by a model proven in the Scandinavian countries, the establishment is banking on the recognized benefits of the outdoors for children's cognitive, motor and emotional development. Keho women in Lam Dong, Vietnam are central figures in a distinct matriarchal culture known for preserving traditions through intricate weaving. The modernization brings changes in Vietnam. The cultural identity shines through their vibrant textiles, spiritual beliefs and strong community roles, even as younger generations embrace new paths. A massive bamboo altar built for a long-standing traditional festival in Hong Kong has been recognized by Guinness World Records as the largest of its kind. Bamboo altar in Hong Kong is a structure using around 30,000 bamboo poles. It's more than 30 meters high and covers an area of about 3,900 square meters. Construction took 2 months. Social media giant TikTok is preparing to host its first award show on the United States soil on Thursday. TV personality Lala Anthony will host the first ever US TikTok Awards, celebrating creators and acknowledging their impact. The annual Academy Awards telecast will move from the ABC broadcast network to stream live on YouTube around the world starting in 2029. YouTube will provide closed captioning and audio tracks in multiple languages to make the snow accessible to a global audience, according to a statement from the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences and YouTube. Dave Bautista and Jason Momoa have come together for an action comedy film, The Wrecking Crew, and film is set to release on Prime Video on the 28th of January next year. Actor and director Alan Cumming is set to host the British Academy of Film and Television Arts at London's Royal Festival Hall on 22nd February. The Wicked fame director John M. Chu will receive the inaugural Judy Garland Award at the Lumiere Awards 2026. The makers of Mrunal Thakur and Adivi Sesh's starrer Dacoit have finally released the teaser of the film, offering a glimpse into high-octane action scenes featuring the lead duo. The Ranveer Singh starrer spy action thriller remains unstoppable at the box office as the film Dhurandhar has earned over 437 crore rupees so far. India vs South Africa 4th T20 International in Lucknow was abandoned without a ball being bowled due to dense fog. The decider will be played in Ahmedabad on 19th December, where India aim to secure the series and South Africa fight to level it. India's Varun Chakrabarti has strengthened his position as the #1 T20 international bowler, reaching a career-best 818 rating points after another impactful spell against South Africa in the ongoing home series. England were left reeling at 213 for the loss of 8 wickets at stumps on day 2, trailing Australia by 158 runs in fact, after the hosts were bowled out for 371 runs in their first innings. Australia's Nathan Lyon became the 6th highest wicket taker in Test cricket during the second day of the third match of the ongoing Ashes series at the Adelaide Oval in Adelaide on Thursday. Australian pacer Mitchell Starc became the first ever cricketer to have 10 50-plus scores at number 9 or lower in Test cricket. Sri Lankan cricket has appointed former India fielding coach R. Sridhar to guide its men's team through the 2026 T20 World Cup. Gabon striker Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang will miss the team's Africa Cup of Nations opener against Cameroon on 24th December after suffering a thigh injury. India's mixed team, which won the Squash World Cup title, were honoured on Wednesday by Sports Minister Mansukh Mandavia. Paris Saint-Germain ended a monumental year on a high as they defeated Flamengo 2-1 in a penalty shootout to win the FIFA Intercontinental Cup in Doha on Thursday. Veteran Uruguayan striker Luis Suarez has signed a one-year contract with Inter Miami that will keep him at the Major League Soccer club for the 2026 season. FIFA has announced a 50% increase in prize money for next year's World Cup as compared to the previous edition. The 2026 edition of the La Vuelta a España cycling event will get underway on 22nd August with a 9.6 kilometer individual time trial in Monaco. Spaniard Rafael Jodar upset top seed Lerner Tien in round-robin action on the opening day of the next-gen ATP Finals in Jeddah. And with less than 2 months to go before the 2026 Winter Olympics, the Olympic Village in Milan is preparing to host athletes and staff for the Games. That's it then in this edition of Express News. News and updates will continue on DD India. Stay tuned.
बोल बोल के थक गया।
क्या हुआ?
नया किड बैग चाहिए।
तो पहले कैप्टन से बोलो, नहीं सुना तो मैनेजर से।
करेक्ट।
तो ऐसे ही पहले शिकायत बैंक से करें, 30 दिनों में जवाब या समाधान ना मिलने पर सीएमएस पोर्टल पे शिकायत करें। तो पहले बैंक फिर सीएमएस पोर्टल, नहीं तो शिकायत होगी नामंजूर। चले
ले आ गया ना किड बैग।
आरबीआई कहता है
पहले अपना बैंक फिर आरबीआई ओम्बुड्समैन।
For sustainability to become more than just a statement, it needs to be practical and seamlessly fit into our lives.
If we are thinking about a net zero economy. And obviously, automobile sector is at the center of this transformation. Instead of buying new vehicle, if I can retrofit and upgrade my existing vehicle, environmentally speaking, it is superior.
Zero waste means repair, reuse, analyze.
We realized that if women became involved in decision making and generated income, the whole family would benefit. Before, we needed a lot of manpower to handle the waste. But now, with the conveyor belt,
it converts the waste into electricity, powering 2 farms.